This mystery has never been solved, even today. In the 21st century, with all our advanced technology and scientific knowledge, there are still phenomena and places that leave scientists extremely frightened and defy any rational explanation. Today, you will learn about some frightening mysteries that no one can explain. Are you curious? Join us and let's go. Number 16. The Chicago TV hijacking. In 1987, something very bizarre happened in Chicago. It was a normal night, with everyone watching TV peacefully, when suddenly the program was interrupted by a guy wearing a super bizarre mask of Max Headroom, that famous artificial character at the time. The guy started to clown around, dance all crooked, and say things that no one really understood. But things got even crazier. 2 hours later, the masked man invaded another channel, right in the middle of an episode of Doctor Who. This time, he put on a full show. He laughed like a maniac, made fun of the channel's host, grabbed a can of Pepsi, and started singing the Coca-Cola slogan. To get the joke, the real Max Headroom used to do a Coke commercial. At the end, he even showed, well, parts that he shouldn't show on TV. The invasion lasted a minute and a half. And to this day, no one knows who the guy in the mask was. Number 15. The Dancing Plague. In July 1518, the French city of Strasbourg witnessed one of the most bizarre events in history. It all started when a woman named Frau Troffea began dancing non-stop in the middle of the street. This was no ordinary performance. She simply couldn't stop. Within 4 days, 33 people had joined her in the frenzied dancing. Within a month, more than 400 people were dancing out of control through the streets of the city. The scariest thing is that many dancers died from exhaustion, heart attacks, and strokes. The authorities at the time, trying to cure the people, built a wooden stage and hired musicians, believing that people would stop dancing naturally. The decision only made things worse. To this day, scientists cannot explain how an entire city was taken over by this deadly compulsion to dance. Number 14. The Vampires of Highgate Cemetery. On top of a hill in London, there is a cemetery that became the setting for one of the craziest real-life vampire stories. Highgate Cemetery is the final resting place of famous people like Douglas Adams and Karl Marx. But in the 1970s, it became news for another reason. Ghostly apparitions that sent the city into a panic. It all started when David Farrant sent a letter to the local newspaper saying he had seen a ghost 3 times in the cemetery. Suddenly, everyone started seeing strange things there. The most popular story was of a tall man in a hat who walked down Swains Lane and simply walked through the cemetery wall. The stories became so popular that the cemetery had to beef up security to keep out amateur vampire hunters. I have a question for you. First, I'd like to tell you that it's possible to keep up with the biggest curiosities of our world every day. But for that, you need to be subscribed to our channel. So, have you subscribed yet? If not, take the opportunity to subscribe now. Now that you've done that, let's go. Number 13. The Disappearance of Anjikuni Village. In the frozen province of Nunavut, Canada, one of the most inexplicable events in modern history took place. In 1930, a prosperous Inuit village of 2,000 people completely disappeared overnight. It wasn't just the people. Everything from the sled dogs to the cattle was gone without a trace. Most disturbingly, all of the personal belongings, food, and equipment remained untouched in the huts. A hunter passing through the area was the first to notice something amiss. The campfires were still burning, with food partially prepared. Clothes and tools were in their usual places, as if the inhabitants had simply vanished into thin air. No bodies were found, no footprints in the snow, no signs of struggle or panic. The searches that followed turned up no clues as to the whereabouts of the inhabitants. Not even modern investigative techniques have been able to unravel this mystery that has defied explanation for almost a century. Number 12. The Padmanabhaswamy Temple. In India, there is a temple that holds one of humanity's greatest mysteries. The Padmanabhaswamy Temple is not only a sacred site, it is also home to an unimaginable fortune hidden in secret chambers. In 2011, an investigation revealed the existence of 6 underground vaults, labeled A through F. What researchers found in the 5 open chambers left the world speechless. Mountains of gold, giant diamonds, and statues studded with precious stones. But it is Vault B that has fueled the most speculation. Its solid iron doors have no visible locks or hinges. No one knows how to open them. The temple priests warn that trying to force entry to this chamber could bring about a global catastrophe. The site is guarded by 200 soldiers, armed with machine guns. Security cameras cover every inch of the temple, and metal detectors protect all entrances. A golden statue of Vishnu found in another vault alone has been valued at $30 million. What could possibly be hidden in this final chamber that needs so much protection? Number 11. The Mysterious Feet of Canada. Now comes a story that sounds like something out of an episode of CSI. Since 2007, the beaches of the Salish Sea between Canada and the United States have been receiving some very macabre visitors, human feet appearing in the sand. It's no joke. Where people used to find seashells and broken pottery, they've started finding feet inside sneakers. The theories are hair-raising. Some people say they are serial killers, others think they are victims of plane crashes, and some say they could be immigrants who drowned trying to cross the sea. But to this day, no one has been able to explain exactly why only their feet are visible and why they are always in sneakers. It is a mystery that continues to make everyone's hair stand on end. Number 10. The Alaska Triangle. Between the cities of Anchorage, Juneau, and Barrow lies a region that has swallowed up more than 20,000 people since 1970. The Alaska Triangle is a wilderness where people simply vanish without a trace. Not even prominent figures have escaped this mystery. U.S. House Majority Leader Thomas Hale Boggs Sr. and Congressman Nick Begich have both disappeared without a trace. The most intriguing case is that of Gary Frankson, a 25-year-old hunter who went on a hunting expedition and was never seen again. Searches failed to find even the wreckage of his plane. Scientists have discovered gigantic magnetic anomalies in the region. Compasses can be off by as much as 30 degrees. Rescuers report feelings of disorientation and even auditory hallucinations. The Tlingit and Tsimshian people tell stories of the Kushtaka, a shape-shifting creature that hunts lost people in the region. Is there a scientific explanation for so many disappearances, or does the Alaska Triangle hold secrets that are beyond our understanding? Number 9. The Gate to Hell in Turkmenistan. In the middle of the Turkmenistan desert, there is a burning crater that has been burning non-stop for over 50 years. In 1971, geologists discovered a cave filled with natural gas. To prevent the toxic gas from spreading, they decided to set it on fire. Little did they know that they were creating what would become known as the Gateway to Hell, a giant crater that has never stopped burning. The most impressive thing is that the flames are still as strong as they were on the first day. The place has become a tourist attraction. People camp around the crater to see the spectacle of fire that shines day and night. Scientists still can't explain why the gas never runs out, nor have they found a way to put out the fire. In the meantime, the flames continue to contribute to global warming, creating a dilemma between preserving this geological wonder or trying to extinguish the eternal blaze. Number 8. The Mystery of Göbekli Tepe. Imagine a building older than the pyramids, older than writing, older than the wheel. Göbekli Tepe in Turkey is exactly that. A giant temple built 12,000 years ago, when humanity was still learning to plant crops. The site has T-shaped sandstone pillars that reach 3 meters high, all covered in sculptures of animals. The craziest thing is that each pillar weighs between 4 and 6 tons. How did a people who hadn't even invented the wheel manage to move and lift such heavy stones? And what's more, after building all this, they buried the entire temple on purpose. Why? Some say it was to hide evidence of contact with aliens. Others think they wanted to protect the sacred place. But the truth is that no one has any idea why. What we do know is that it worked. The sculptures were very well preserved after so much time underground. Number 7. The Antikythera mechanism. In an ancient shipwreck near the Greek island of Antikythera, divers have found an object that has revolutionized our understanding of ancient technology. The Antikythera mechanism is a bronze machine with gears so complex that its existence challenges everything we knew about the technological capabilities of ancient people. Dating back to around 100 BC, this shoebox-sized device could calculate and predict astronomical events with astonishing accuracy. It had at least 30 interlocking bronze gears that allowed it to track the movements of the sun, moon, and the 5 planets known at the time. It also showed the phases of the moon and predicted eclipses with astonishing accuracy. The sophistication of this machine would not be matched until 1400 years later with the first European mechanical clocks. Number 6. The frozen wave. In Australia, there's a rock that looks like a giant wave about to break, except it's made of stone. Wave rock is 15 meters high and 110 meters wide, like a surf wall created by nature. The coolest thing is that the colors change depending on the time of day. It goes from red to grayish yellow, thanks to the minerals that rain has deposited over thousands of years. Scientists say this natural work of art was sculpted by rain and wind over millions of years. It's like an invisible artist who sanded the rock until he created this perfect wave shape. It's become a tourist attraction in Australia. Everyone wants to take a picture pretending to be swallowed by the rock wave. Number 5. Hell on Earth in Ethiopia. There's a place in Ethiopia that's so inhospitable that it's been nicknamed the place without a soul. The volcanic region of Dalol is like a little slice of hell on Earth. The thermometer regularly hits 46 degrees Celsius, but that's not even the worst part. The water that comes out of the ground is so hot that it can reach 93 degrees Celsius and is more acidic than battery acid. Nothing lives in this place. Absolutely nothing. Not even the most resilient bacteria on the planet can survive there. The toxic gases that come out of the volcano are so deadly that even birds flying overhead fall dead. It's so extreme that NASA uses the place to train for missions to Mars, because the conditions are so alien that they seem like another planet. How could such a place exist on Earth? Science is still trying to understand. Number 4. The rain of fishes. Imagine walking down the street when, all of a sudden, it starts raining fish. It sounds like a movie script, but this really happens in many places around the world. In the city of Yoro, Honduras, this phenomenon is so common that it has become a festival. Every year, between June and July, residents go out with buckets and basins to collect the fish that fall from the sky. The most curious thing is that this doesn't only happen in Honduras. India and Mexico also report cases of fish rain. Scientists try to explain it by saying that strong storms and whirlpools can suck water from rivers and lakes, carrying fish into the air. But there's one detail that no one can explain. In Yoro, the fish that fall are not of the species found in the region's rivers. Where do they come from? How do they always arrive at the same time of year? Nature still keeps this secret. Number 3. The Eye of the Sahara. In the middle of the Sahara Desert, there is a geological formation so perfect that it seems to have been designed by a superior intelligence. The Richat structure, known as the Eye of the Sahara, is a set of concentric circles almost 50 kilometers in diameter. Seen from space, it looks like a gigantic watermark on the Earth's surface. Scientists explain that the formation arose through erosion and elevation of the Earth's crust, but they are unable to justify the almost perfect symmetry of the circles. The structure has attracted the attention of not only geologists, but also researchers who study possible signs of ancient civilizations. Some speculate that it could be a megastructure built thousands of years ago, while others suggest that it could be a mark left by extraterrestrial visitors. Number 2. The mystery of the perfect spheres. Just imagine finding over 300 giant stone balls in the middle of the Costa Rican forest. Sounds like something out of a movie, right? But it's real. These spheres are so perfect that they drive scientists crazy. The largest is 2.4 meters in diameter and weighs 16 tons. The most incredible thing? When researchers measured it, they discovered that the error in curvature is less than 1%. Try making a perfect ball like this without a computer and see if you can do it. It gets even weirder. The spheres are made of granite, but there is no granite in that region. How did these people transport giant stones for miles without modern technology? And what tools did they use to make such perfect spheres? Some theories are quite far-fetched. Some say they are toys of giants, others say they are aliens, and some even connect them to the lost Atlantis. Number 1. The Broken Rock of Al-Nasla. In the heart of the Saudi Arabian desert stands a natural monument that has intrigued scientists from all over the world. The Al-Nasla rock formation is made up of 2 enormous sandstone boulders that appear to have been cut with surgical precision by a giant laser beam. The most impressive thing is that these massive rocks balance on a tiny base, as if defying the laws of physics. The vertical cut between the 2 parts is so perfect that it looks like the work of modern technology. Geologists try to explain this phenomenon through natural processes, such as geological faults or erosion, but no theory can justify the almost mathematical precision of the division. Some more daring researchers suggest that ancient civilizations may have possessed advanced technologies that were lost over time. The smooth surface of the rocks and the pedestal that supports them are equally mysterious, creating a set that defies conventional explanations. Now I want to know from you, are there any other mysteries of humanity that have not been explained to this day that were missed in this video? Tell me in the comments below. Take advantage now and click on this video that is now appearing on the screen because I separated it especially for you. Well, that's it, and until next time, Curious One.